Hey y'all, this is Jackie Viramontez, and I wanted to share a daily tapping exercise that you could do to release anxious energy and cultivate inner peace. So what we're going to do is just think of something right now that triggers some anxious energy. It might be a meeting you have later today. It might be a work project that you need to start on tomorrow. It might be a conversation you had earlier this week. Think of that one situation and just tune into your body and notice how much anxious energy it sparks. 10 being the most anxious you could feel, 0 being, oh, I don't feel anything about that now. And then what you're going to do is just take a breath, notice where you feel it, and start tapping the side of the hand. So you can tap either side, you can switch back and forth, and just say or think, even though this situation makes me feel anxious, just feel it in your body. Right here and now, I'm okay. So even though this situation makes me feel anxious, right here and now, I'm okay. And you can just keep tapping the side of the hand. Think of that situation, feel it in your body, and we'll say it 1/3 time. Even though this situation makes me feel so anxious, feel it in your body. Right here and now, I'm okay. And then stay focused on that situation. Your brain might start flipping around. And stay focused as we tap the face points. And the reason I keep saying it is because our brain's so ADD that we can start thinking about every other thing. I'm going to keep saying reminder phrases to keep your brain focused. So I'm still tapping the top of my head. And just stay focused on that triggering situation and even name it in your mind. And take a nice breath. And then we're going to tap the inside edge of the eye. So it's right where the eyebrow meets the nose. And you can do both sides, one side, or switch. The situation makes me feel anxious. Nice breath. And then tap the outer edge of the eye. Just feel that sensation in your body of anxiety. Maybe it's in your stomach or throat. And then tap under the eye. And think of that situation and even name it out loud. Like this work meeting is stressing me out. Nice breath. And then tap under the nose, right in that nice groove. It makes me feel so anxious. Good. So we're just tapping 7 to 10 times, staying focused on the trigger and acknowledging our emotions. So we're tapping under the lip. And just think of a detail of the situation that's extra anxiety inducing. Nice breath. And then we're going to do the collarbone. So the collarbone point's not on the bone, it's actually right under the bone. So tap right there in that nice groove under the bone. And just think of that triggering detail of the event, something specific. This makes me feel so anxious because fill in the blank. Nice breath. And then we're going to tap under the arm. Think of that triggering detail again. So it's right on the brow line, underneath the armpit. This makes me feel so anxious because fill in the blank again. Good. And then we're going to come back down to the side of the hand. We'll say it one more time. Even though this piece of the situation makes me feel really anxious because, and fill in the blank. Right here and now, I'm still okay. Let's just take a nice breath, check in. I like to check in after each round because we're so used to steamrolling any progress that just giving 20 seconds of space helps that positivity get some attention, which teaches our brain that positive voices are helpful and that we like them, they're valuable. So just tune into that situation. And sometimes tapping, we get more detailed. We figure out why it makes us anxious and it can bring the anxiety up. But often we feel a sense of release as our cortisol and adrenaline lower. So notice on a scale of 0 to 10, where are you at now? And usually it's lowered by a few points. And let's do one more round. So side of the hand again. Even though I still feel some anxiety about the situation because, and fill in the blank, right here and now, I'm okay. 2 more times. Even though I still feel anxious about this because, and fill in the blank, right here and now, I'm okay. One more time. Think of that triggering detail. Even though this piece of this situation is what's making me anxious because, fill in the blank, right here and now, I'm still okay. And then top of the head, think of that triggering detail that's making you really anxious. Take a breath. Do inner eye points. We'll do both sides. And this time, just feel the sensation in your body. And instead of trying to pushing it down or faking positivity, just feel the sensation. Nice breath. Outer edge of the eye, tap. Just keep feeling that sensation in your body. It's not threatening, it's just there. Good. Under the eye, think of the situation. It makes me anxious. We'll kind of exaggerate that voice. Under the nose, it makes me really anxious. My body has a lot of anxiety about this. My body's holding a lot of anxiety about this situation. And just voice your situation. And then under the arm. I still feel kind of anxious about this. So we're not even exaggerating as much as owning it. Like, yeah, I feel anxious about it because, and fill in the blank. And then we're going to do side of the hand. I like to sandwich it. Even though I still have some anxiety in my body about this situation, just repeat after me. Right here and now, I'm okay anyway. And we'll do 2 more. Even though I still have anxiety in my body about this, right here now with that anxiety, I'm okay. One more, I'm just switching hands. Even though I still have some anxiety that my body's holding, just feel it in your body. Think of the situation. It does trigger anxiety. But with it, right here and now, I'm still okay. And then I want you to just start tapping the face points. And instead of tuning in without tapping, we're going to tune in. And we're just going to think about our situation and just notice how your body's feeling. So we're just tapping and letting any remaining energy move. So I'm tapping under the eye. And notice if, as this cortisol and adrenaline has dropped, if any positive voices are coming up. Sometimes when we're at a fight or flight and the blood's back in our brain, we can have some positive, rational thoughts. So start to just let those be there and enjoy them. So collarbone, under the arm. And then we'll take a nice deep breath. I always put my hand on my heart. And then what you could do is you could go into a positive round of tapping. If you notice that on a scale of 0 to 10, when you think of your situation, how strong is the anxiety now? 10 being the most anxious you could feel, 10 like, oh, I'm actually like completely at peace about this. I feel distant from it. And you could do some positive tapping on like the choices of how you want to act and feel despite this event. And the reason we save the positive to last is because we could have started with positive, but if you had all that anxiety in your body, it wouldn't have landed. It wouldn't have felt true. You could say, oh, I choose to be confident. I choose to not make it a big deal. But if there's all that anxiety in there, those words are pretty empty. So we want to do a few rounds of the tapping to just make the fear go away so that when you do say those positive statements, they land and they land hard. So what you could do is tap while doing that. But what we're just going to do is just take a minute, close your eyes, see yourself in that situation, and just imagine that you could feel exactly how you wanted to feel about it. So maybe you want to feel at peace or surrendered about it. Maybe you want to feel empowered because of it. Just let yourself feel some of that. I'll take a few more breaths here. How do you want to think or recall or reflect on this situation? Do you want to see it as a reason to beat yourself up or to see it as a reason to have grace or compassion for yourself? You get to choose. How do I want to think and feel about this situation? Awesome. So we're just spending at least 20 seconds on that. And if you want to open your eyes, and we'll just take a nice breath together. And if you want to pause this because your anxiety is still high and you need to rewind and kind of go back and tap more on some of those details that are coming up, by all means do that, rewind. But if you're feeling really good, maybe you want to tap and just keep articulating how you want to think, feel, and act during this used to be anxiety inducing situation. So that's my little protocol for cultivating daily peace. All you do, you just voice the negative side that you're feeling with the positive side, like I'm safe anyway. And then when you tap the face points, you're just really owning those unwanted emotions that are there instead of shoving them down. And that's really going to help your brain say, oh, it's not that big a deal to have these anxious feelings. It's going to associate those unwanted feelings with calming feelings. Tapping is going to associate those triggering situations with calm feelings, since tapping sends tons of calming signals to your brain. And what you're going to do is you're going to feel better now about it. And then when you face a similar situation in the future, your brain will already be primed to associate it with calmer feelings. And the more you do this, the more your brain and body will react with a sense of calm because you've done so much pre-training. Okay? So that's cultivating daily peace. I recommend you do it every morning on anything on your to-do list, or do it every night on something that happened during the day that left you with an unwanted feeling, or something coming up tomorrow that's going to steal your peace and make you not sleep so well. Okay, so I'm Jackie Viramontez. I'd love to teach you more about tapping and energy psychology tools, so look out for the resources that I'll be sending you, and have so much fun with this. Thank you.